Shree Ganesha Sharada Gurubhyo Namaha Sinduraruna Vigraham Trinayanam Manikya Taranayaka Shekharam Smitamukhim Apinamakshoruham Panibhyam Alipurna Ratna Chashakam Rakpalam Vibhratim Saumyam Ratna Ghadastha Rakta Charanam Dhyayet Param Ambika. Welcome to all for this session on Lalitopakhyanam. In the previous chapters, we have seen how Sati Devi, in spite of being warned by Shiva regarding the consequences of going to Dakshayagna, even though both she and Shiva are not invited, in spite of that, Sati Devi came to Dakshayagna being performed by her father Daksha Prajapati with the intention to convince Daksha Prajapati regarding the greatness of Shiva. However, the arrogant Daksha Prajapati insulted her, saying abusing words against Shiva, calling him a beggar, calling him a Kapali, and calling him the one who smeared with ashes of the burning corpses. And Daksha Prajapati was thinking only about the outward look and was not considering the greatness of the Lord of the three worlds. Then, on hearing all these abusive words against her Lord Shiva, uh, Sati had decided to give up her body, which was given by Daksha Prajapati, being his daughter, and then she rekindled the yoga fire from the Muladhara Chakra, and in that fire a great brilliance arose. The Jyoti that had left Sati Devi's body now reached the Himalayas, where the chief of the snow capped mountains was gaily sporting with his wife Menaka or Mena, and entered her womb, as Sati had promised to her servants that she will going to give up this body given by the evil Daksha Prajapati, and then she will take a new body that will be given by Himavan and Menaka, as they are the staunch devotees of Shankara. No sooner had Menaka conceived than her body glowed with a divine light, and her mind and heart filled with a rare bliss unimaginable. The mother of the three worlds now assumed the form of an embryo in blessed Menaka's womb, and began to grow day by day like unto the waxing moon. Menaka herself shone with luster indefinable, and her exquisite beauty was enhanced hour by hour, be having the mother of the entire world, Jagannatha, in her womb. Watching this divine aura around his wife and her ecstatic state of mind, Himavan was reminded of the boon he had once obtained from Ambika, and he was now certain that the time for fulfillment of that boon was drawing nigh, because in the past Himavan had performed a great austerity to please Jagannatha Ambika, and Ambika had promised him that she will going to be born as his daughter. He was transported with joy at the thought of the mother of the worlds being reborn as his own little daughter. He took great care of his wife and protected her with tender love, and with blissful anticipation of the great event which would immortalize his name and his race. Because there onwards, after the mother had born to Himavan, she was called Parvati, the daughter of Parvataraja. At last arrived the auspicious day and moment, and Parvati was born when the moon and stars were strong with the aspect of a group of five auspicious planets, free from malefic influences. Nature thrilled with the joy of her incarnation, and many an auspicious sign appeared in the heavens, acclaiming the glad event. The 10 directions filled with surpassing peace, The populace of the worlds were filled with wondrous content and joy. Apsaras in the heavens danced in great glee and gaiety. Celestial instruments of music blared, trumpeted, and chimed to the tune of Gandharvas, and Devatas showered fragrant flowers with their own hands. Witnessing these signs, Himavan knew for certain that the little baby girl in his arms was no other than the mother of the worlds, and the joy of the parents knew no bounds. In due course, the baby was cherished Parvati, daughter of Parvata or mountain, and she grew up playful and beloved of all the many damsels abiding in the neighboring hills. The blessed baby was bright and beautiful, slender as the crescent moon. Not for long could her fond mother carry and caress the child, for hundreds of admiring damsels from all the neighborhood took their turns with her, and the baby, beloved of all, constantly changed from waist to waist like flashes of lightning appearing in different parts of the sky and never always in the same spot. The inner quarters of Himavan's palace were always now crowded with women impatiently competing with one another for a glimpse of the beautiful baby girl. They longed to caress the child and to hold her close to their bosoms. This scene was akin to that of the sky with the crescent moon surrounded by innumerable stars. Himavan loved to hold his little daughter on his right thigh and listen to her lisping words with a bubbling heart. He longed to look at and admire her elongated eyes shaped like lotus petals. He peeped with awe into the treasures of the deep depths of the dark pools of her smiling eyes. Unable to believe his great fortune, he was fascinated by her little curls of her hair dancing in the breeze and playing pranks on her smooth and shining forehead, resembling the half moon. The reflection on the smooth and mirror like cheeks of the chubby little fingers reached for her fruit like rosy mouth held him spellbound. Thus passed days and months, and the baby grew up to be the most charmingly beautiful girl in all the world. The parents feasted their eyes watching her at play, and their hearts and minds were ever serene as though bathed by showers of nectar. Their ears were ever full, ringing with the sweet words of their daughter. Her complexion completed with the sheen of the blue lotus, excelling in its beauty and brightness, moving about here and there, she vied for with the blue sapphire gem in its twinkle and translucence, the scenic beauty of the hills and dales, of peaks and creeks, of rivers and lakes, of melting ice and waterfalls, of pebbles and sand in rivulets, of plants and creepers and trees, of flowers and fruits, of bees and birds, became enhanced and blessed by her sweet presence amid of all those beauty. Thus, in this chapter, we have seen how the Jyoti, the life of Sati, as soon as it quit her previous body that was given by Daksha Prajapati, she went and entered into the womb of Menaka, wife of Himavan, and started growing there as an embryo. And later, when she was born, she was the most beautiful in all the triple world, being herself the Jagan Mata Who can be a match to her in the beauty? Who can be a match to her in terms of her tenderness? Who can be so sweet? So Himavan was feeling himself being the most fortunate father in all the triple world to have such a blissful daughter in his lap, and all the people in their surroundings and all the people, all the women from the three world, they were rushing to his home to get a glance of Parvati and hold her close to their bosoms. नमस्ते शारदा देवी काश्मीरपुरवासिनी त्वामहं प्रार्थये नित्यं विद्यादानं च देहि मे. Goodbye.